Hey guys, it's me bringing my DLLA Season 4 Week 1 match versus Hex, and I forgot his team name. But, that doesn't matter. It'll be in the title, so you've already seen it. But, you can see his team here. You can see my team. Obviously, it's Week 1, both looking like we go into Week 2 with our first W. Other than technically undefeated. You can see the 6 he brought. You see the 6 I brought. Basically, he had these 6 plus Slowbro, Miltank, Gardevoir, Gligar, Nidoking. I obviously, you see the 6 I brought. I sat Mew, Venomoth, and more Avalok Heliolisk, obviously. Felt like Scizor couldn't do much with like a Celesteela and Zeraora. As Charizard, like Scizor didn't do like anything. Venomoth couldn't break through Celesteela. Immore was solid if he brought like a more defensive approach. Like if he brought like this type of team, which is sort of what I expected. I expected Nidoking over Decidueye, but other than that, I predicted everything correctly. If he brought this type of build, like plus Nidoking, like Immore wasn't doing crap just because I couldn't get it in like ever. Avalok didn't have much use. Heliolisk, again, just a few things it couldn't deal with. It couldn't deal with at all. It really couldn't touch the Decidueye whatsoever. Zeraora, it was always a game between clicking Hyper Voice and Thunderbolt. If Thunderbolt, then Zeraora would just get his health back, and then, yeah. Basically, my sets are pretty specially defensive Mew. It's pretty fast though for like fast Celesteela. Subseed, Encore, Whimsicott, pretty specially defensive, more so for Greninja. Specs, Noivern, physically defensive Palossand, speed boosting Sharpedo with close combat flip turn. I didn't really need anything outside of Crunch and close combat, so figured I'd run that. And then Choice Scarf Nihilego, which is more than likely my win con here. Choice Scarf Nihilego can go in with Power Gym. I can go in with Sludge Wave too if Celesteela is dead, but I'm not sure he's gonna let me get rid of Celesteela that early. But yeah, let's start the match. We had a lot of people in the chat. We had like a ton of people in the chat. Basically, my lead Mew. I had hazards, so like I'm pretty sure my screen is like faded out, but I had like he matched up versus everything really well because I had spikes on it. I was Taunt Rouge spikes. Basically Taunt Rouge kind of beats his defensive Pokemon, and if Decidueye leads, then I actually have to swap because if it's like Banded, Spirit Shackle, or even Specs, Shadow Ball, it does crap ton. Spirit Shackle is obviously doing more. It's actually hard for me to swap into this Pokemon. But really, this was my swap, and that reveals it's a Solvest. It actually opts a U-turn, which makes sense, but knowing this is Solvest means I actually can play around it a bit better than I could have before. My Whimsicott is Mono Energy Ball, which Mono Moonblast would have been better. I was Mono Energy Ball specifically for Nidoking. I really thought that one was coming because it's really good versus me. But my only swap is Mew, really. But he obviously goes Greninja. He's 100% Scarf. Then he's Scarf Ice Beam, and I know this. So obviously I go Mew because I can get my hazards up really easily. I can just Spike here. I 100% have to Taunt here. I don't have to, but I will because it's a Celesteela. I can taunt it. Outside of that, he can't really touch me. He goes Greninja here, which basically means I just get more spikes up, and the Greninja can't do much to me, really, which is why I just continue cleaning spikes, really. I root here on the off chance he's like specs, or not even specs, but like if he Dark Bolt is here, basically I find out what he goes for, and Hard Noivern is perfectly safe. He goes for U-turn again. He's getting a bit of initiative, but not really. And here, there's no way he's clicking Ice Beam, so I have to stand on the U-turn. Which is like, I make a double play here. Like, basically, I know he's gonna go Celestial afterwards, too. So I Flamethrower, Specs Flamethrower. It's 49. He might be like EV to live that, to be honest. But, I go... it's like, I go Whimsicott predicting the Leech Seed, and he opts to Air Slash instead. Which Air Slash is fine. But I figured he'd Leech Seed on the Mew coming in. Because, like, otherwise, if I go hard Mew, like, if you Heavy Slam, you can't get any recovery, and your Celestial is low. He doubles up Charizard. Charizard's actually a big problem for this team, though. Even, like, Palosand can't deal with it. Especially because he raw Outrage. I actually double out Whimsicott, because he's obviously locked into Outrage. So here. I get my leftovers back. I figure he knows I have Encore, right? So I figure he's gonna go Celestial on the Encore, because otherwise you're locked into Outrage, and I get a free turn to do whatever I want. So I fear he's gonna predict the Outrage, and, swap, but he didn't, so I just, get screwed over there, but, I could have gone to Heligo here in Power Gym, but I think it was, like, a roll to kill. I wasn't gonna risk it, and, he has a Girder, so Power Gym's not that great. Obviously, I just go Nova in here. I think I just click Flamethrower again. Yeah, on the Celesteela, because, I'm kind of file like that. Ignore everything I just said, please. But, and Flamethrower is absolutely free. I just realized people said Crossbow getting... I'm literally clapping him. What do you mean? Greninja comes in. The only way of really doing anything to me is Ice Beam, so I just go hard and Heligo. I take 20%, and, this is where I kind of win the game with Sludge Wave, but, not really, but, wait, I do, by the way, because he literally loses to Sludge Wave here, but, okay, so, my thought process here is, Sludge Wave is absolutely free. That was 100% my play. I didn't have any reason to click anything else. Had I not crit, I would have done roughly 30%. Which means he'd be at 15%, or I guess 14% more, which would put you at 37. If you were at 37, you really couldn't stop this Nihilego from doing this again just later. What were you supposed to do later? Like, basically, I would just come in again and still Sludge Wave sweep you. It just happened later. So the crit is big. It's 100% big. But my thing is, it doesn't really matter in the outcome. It just matters differential-wise. He maybe could have gotten it down like 1 or 2 points. But I don't see what you're supposed to do versus Sludge Wave when Celesteela is dead. You don't have an answer for it anymore. The crit is annoying, but, I mean, I don't see what you did later on versus Sludge Wave either. Because basically, I would just come in again on Greninja. I would come in on basically everything, really. And just Nihilego would claim all the kills. I don't see what you were supposed to do. So, yes, the crit is annoying. But basically, Sludge Wave literally sweeps here. He doesn't have anything for it. He Scarf Greninja, but your way of doing it is, I guess, just flinch. I guess he didn't have water coverage for an odd reason. Kind of, yeah. Because he had Surf, and Surf didn't kill. So, yeah. Basically had a hope. I guess his thought process when going these series of plays, which makes sense, by the way. He hoped Zeraora would live +1, / that I was not Scarf. I guess that was probably what you were doing. Probably hoping I was not Scarf. I was like, it's like assault this. I don't know. Then your play is Girder to Mach Punch to hopefully get me in range of Greninja. And then you realize you're not in range of Greninja, so you have to Dark Pulse flinch me. Which, is fair. Everything he did was fair, actually. But, like, that sucked. The crit did, but I don't see what you were supposed to do later on versus it. To be honest. Especially because, like, even if Nihilego didn't do that, at that point, Noivern would come in and get a kill every time. And, like, I don't know. I feel like he really couldn't stop Nihilego from coming in and Sludge Wave sweeping unless you had Celesteela. And I feel like he should have acknowledged that too, that he was stupid weak to Nihiligo. But he didn't, and I pulled through with a win. Nihiligo again, like one of my favorite Pokemon my entire draft, and we just pulled through with Nihiligo. Sludge sweeping. Get a 5-0 week one, which is actually really good. Scarf Nihiligo pulling through. Shark didn't do anything, but it does suck. But Mew basically, I'm glad I brought this set because this taunt roost set was actually like really good. Yeah, my last move was Seismic Toss. Just because it was best neutral move altogether. Everyone in the chat was trying to guess what my last move was, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we pulled through 5-0. Next week we face Lord Nobody and play him like. But yeah, we take that. We take that. We take that. Winning 5-0 week one, really good standing wise. That puts me second because someone won 6-0. Was recording for the last 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So, it's probably the last one I do because I don't really have anything else to record now. Like, I've just been grinding. I have like the next week ready, or no, I'll have the next 6 days ready. But anyway, yep, and I will see you guys in week two, whenever that goes up. This will be going up next Tuesday, as in that would be the 21st. I'm pretty sure. Okay, like you see my schedule. That's the 20th. Yeah, so this will be on the 21st. Okay. Yeah. And I will see you guys the 21st, I guess.